When you say subliminal messages, you're saying like in the songs?
It could be words. It could be picture images.
Trying to influence
the younger people or just people in general.
To what avail?
It could be like things like the New World Order.
Okay, shit like that. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I'm talking about the Matrix.
Real FERM. He's the realest.
So we're here tonight with Missy Marrie. That is your online handle, correct?
Yeah, that's my online handle. You guys can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Missy Marrie.
With 2 R's?
With 2 R's.
Yeah,
yes, don't forget that because you might be like, wow, I can't find her. Where's she at?
Yeah, there's probably another Missy Marrie, whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, we just the other day finished a conversation with Rockstar Life at her store, and so this is how this led into this. So give a little background on your
my shop?
Yeah.
Awesome. So I do own a consignment resale shop in Clearwater, Florida. The location is 1701 Drew Street, Clearwater, Florida, Unit 833755. Sorry, I'm doing that promotion thing, you know.
Do it.
So I sell young adult clothing to like middle-aged women and men. I am taking consignment right now at the moment. I am looking for new brands trying to get into the store. I do eventually want to turn my store into all new. At the moment right now, I do fashion events, vendor events.
I was at one of them.
Yes, he actually modeled at my last event,
Impromptu.
which was pretty cool. Yep, and I'm really big in the art community and the music community, and I'm trying to incorporate that with Thrift. I haven't seen any thrift stores doing what I do pretty much. So, like, incorporating the art. I'm a painter. I do abstract artwork. Shit. And, you know, pretty soon here, I'm going to redesign my store, and I'm going to totally change it. So, I'm on the move, yeah.
Right on. So, actually, I wanted to ask, how did you meet Tommy, Rockstar Life?
That's a good question.
If that's a story that can be told.
How did I meet him? You know what? Actually, okay, so I used to own a hookah lounge, and
that's an interesting story as well. I'd like to hear, but keep going.
Yeah, we could talk about that. So I used to own a hookah lounge. It was kind of like I sold kratom and kava as well, so it was like tea and hookah, where you just chill out, you vibe out, and you know, I started doing small little events, like private parties and stuff like that. And honestly, I met Jado, which is one of his engineers that he works with at Top Sound. I actually met him first.
Oh, okay.
And he introduced me to Tommy. And I think I might have met Tommy like a long time ago before that, but I just never, I don't remember that part, but I mainly remember meeting him at my lounge, and then we vibed and we kicked it off, and we all just started hanging out and chilling, and yeah, we just became good friends. That's pretty much how we met.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
because I was wondering, because you're young, you're like a couple years younger than him, right?
Yeah, I'm 21 and I'm gonna be 22. When I actually met him, I just turned 19, because when I started that business, I was fresh 18. Like, me starting my first business ever was a hookah lounge, and I was 18. I was new to business.
How did you get into that at that age?
I pulled out a loan.
Oh, so you were just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it myself. Like, you didn't have any connections or anything?
Actually, no, I did have, okay, so this is gonna sound so crazy. I'm about to give you guys my life story. So when I actually was like 15, 16, I'm sorry, I'm gonna call my parents out. I got kicked out of my parents' house.
Oh shit.
And you know, I actually didn't finish high school. And I told myself, I was like, you know what?
Really?
Yeah, I was in a really toxic environment. I love my father to death. My mother, on the other hand, she's a big reason why I'm like, I'm the way I am sometimes, because like she low-key traumatized me, but it's okay because it made me a better person.
Yeah, I think we all get traumatized by our parents a little bit.
Yeah, facts. You just got to traumatize them back. But but no, so like my mother, we had not so great of a relationship. So kind of like, it was definitely a rocky relationship with each other. And that really bothered me. And I'm like, she kicked me out of the house when my dad was overseas. Oh. So my dad actually didn't know, and my mom was really like, and she had a lot of mental issues.
Okay.
And I was like the first one to notice it because I was homeschooled, so I was alone with her all the time.
Oh, I was homeschooled for a couple of years as well.
Oh, really? That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, no, and I got homeschooled because I actually was being bullied. So that's why I got homeschooled. And then my dad, he was in the military, so he was
overseas military.
Yeah,
gotcha.
He was consistently traveling. So like, I was like, okay, well, you know what? Like, I'm going to go get a job. That was my first go-to. Like, when I was that young, I was like 16. I got a job. Mom kicked me out of the house. She put all my stuff on the front lawn. She was like, get out of my house. And like, we didn't have a good relationship with each other. I was really emo. So I was really into the metal and the goth music. So then I was going to shows. I was going to metal shows. Loved metal. I still love metal to this day.
Metal's great.
Metal is the reason why I'm actually in the music industry, and I am so grateful for the people that I have met in that industry because it made me who I am today. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I work with a lot of rappers. I work with some pop. I work with some metal bands. I work with some indie. I do a lot of different diversity of music, and it's just crazy to think about. I wouldn't be in this industry if I wasn't in the metal industry. And I was like in the prime time when like Adalia, Body Snatcher, and they're all doing really good right now. And people were crazy at these shows. Like I was under 18 going to these clubs, going to these bars. Well, technically, some of these places were like all ages, so like I didn't drink or nothing.
Okay. So okay.
But yeah, no, I would get into these bars and like I would watch metal bands like perform, and like I actually was one of those females that would mosh in the mosh pits. So like I would do like spin kicks and crazy stuff. Shit. I would do cartwheels in the crowd, like. If you like went to like one of those types of metal shows, you would see that's like normal, okay?
Oh yeah.
People were throwing trash cans at each other.
People like, getting severely injured.
Yes, if the ambulance didn't come, it wasn't a good show. So like, yeah, that's totally real. So I was going to Tampa, St. Pete, and then I built a whole network full of people in the music industry with metal. And then we all just like vibed. And then I just met other people through the industry. And then I like backed out of the industry. I ended up like working 3 jobs. And then I was like, you know what? I moved out because I was like moving place to place and paying rent with different like people. So I was paying monthly for rooms, like paying $300, $400.
You were scraping by just to get to where you wanted to be.
Yeah. And then when I was 18, gonna be 19, I lived with this couple, and they were like my mentors in a way because they were older than me. They were doing good. They had a business. They actually had the lounge that I bought pretty much. So like I bought the assets of the business.
That's how that went down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I bought the assets of the business, and then they transferred the lease to my name, stuff like that.
Nice.
But they told me one night, they're like, we want to sell the lounge. And I was like, well, I'm interested because like, this is like, you guys are like my life. Like, cause I would go to their business after I got off work. The community of people were so great and friendly. Like, I just love the environment. I love the energy. I just love the vibe. So like, I was like, you know what? I'm interested. Then I got a lawyer. We did a contract. We went over paperwork. So that's how I got into entrepreneurship at 18. And
That is wild.
everybody was so shook. They're like, you are so young to be doing what you're doing. Like, this is insane.
For real.
Because not a lot of people, I'm going to be completely honest. After COVID happened, a lot of people became lazy. I'm just going to be completely honest.
I was one of them.
A lot of people became lazy, and then, or a lot of people became smart and they knew how to work the system, and which I give a lot of people credit for that. They ended up figuring out who they really were, started businesses, got more deep into social media, marketing, all that.
Yeah, because they're stuck at home like, well, I got the internet and all these avenues of whatever. Yeah.
Exactly. Social media marketing was at its best during COVID. I am not even gonna lie to you guys. If you are a social media influencer, you know what I'm talking about. Or if you're a musician or an artist. So
yeah, 'cause you do all that shit at home. You don't have to go to an office. You don't have to. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best part about working on your phone with social media. Being a part of TikTok, being a part of Instagram, any of these new platforms that came out, it's amazing. We have the world at our fingertips. A lot of these younger people are becoming entrepreneurs, and a lot of these younger people are becoming millionaires. Honestly, that is so real.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to see it, because I feel like it was harder back in the day to become a millionaire. Now it's okay, we know what we need to do. You just can't be lazy. You got to just work.
You have to have the drive and the mindset to be like, I'm going to do this. I got the goal. No fucking...
No
nothing.
laziness.
Yeah.
You just got to keep moving forward. And that's the thing is, it honestly is about your schedule. What do you do when you wake up in the day?
Yeah.
What time do you wake up? You wake up at 2:00 in the afternoon. You just missed a whole day.
Yeah, I get that.
I feel like we don't have enough time a day. 24 hours is not enough for me.
Oh,
that's
man, you're one of those. Okay.
That's how I feel.
Okay. So, I'm trying to tie this back to so you said the music community led you into the entrepreneurial.
It did, in a sense.
And then, so you sold the hookah thing. So first of all,
I know so much.
I know so much stuff. But so you were, I'm blown away by when I learned that you were just 21 and you had multiple businesses. I'm like, what the fuck?
I know, it's crazy because a lot of people aren't used to that. You know.
So and then. But yeah, you mentioned that you're involved with a lot of other musical endeavors in terms of the organize.
So I know a lot of. Okay, so I'm gonna shout out my homie John Betts. I have hella love for him. JB, he is part of Lights Out Booking. He was my start with the music industry. Because he was one of my really good friends. He was a really big metal promoter, and now he got into rap. So after metal, after a couple years went past, the past couple years, he actually hosted DaBaby.
Really?
He had DaBaby. He had Riff Raff for some of his shows.
Riff Raff, okay.
He had oh my gosh, who did he have? He had Xavier Wolf. I went to that event and I met Xavier Wolf. Xavier Wolf was awesome. Super cool guy. I met his brother. His brother was awesome too at that show. He also hosted Lil Peep before Lil Peep passed.
Oh, I love Lil Peep.
Lil Peep,
what year was that?
Oh
2015?
That was a lot. No.
He died in 2017?
Did he?
28. Yeah, because I was in graduate school. I remember I was 20. Maybe it was 2018.
I think
2017.
it was 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Because 2017 seems too
But he was coming up in 2017.
Yes,
so that's what I'm saying. Maybe
it's crazy because JB had his last show before he passed. It was his last.
Wait. The one before, because he died right before he was going on a show in Arizona.
He was in Tampa.
So Tampa was right before the show that he went to where he died.
I'm pretty sure. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, around that time, probably.
And then he had Juice WRLD before Juice WRLD passed. Oh my god! So he had a lot of mainstream artists.
Some bad juju.
No.
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
No, but he
coincidence.
he still like does shows, and like he goes hard, and he's a really hard worker. He's been doing this for years, like promoting. But yeah, he kind of honestly, that's who really inspired me, and we were friends for a long time. Like honestly, that was a really good friend of mine after a couple years. But yeah, so like he was one of the people that definitely inspired me. And then like when I had the lounge, I started doing these like small like underground shows. So I was doing like underground like rap shows, and I was having local artists come out, perform, sell tickets, and like some people like
Damn.
they performed their first shows with me, and they're still doing shows till this day. So like that, like I was like their kickoff. Well, they were my kickoff onto like getting in the industry, getting to know people, just like being around, you know? So that was like so awesome. Like just me seeing some of the people from like back then and what they're doing now. It's like awesome to just see that.
That's
it's
really
so inspiring. Cool. It's like we all inspired each other. Like
it's a magical thing.
Yeah, it's like motivation. You gotta motivation. You gotta keep moving forward, you know? So.
Very cool. And so now, so how did you get into the resale? Like when did that start?
So
was that recent, or have you had that for a while?
I used to work for Plato's Closet.
Really?
And that was like the first.
I heard about that like starting a long time ago. Like I remember hearing about that as a teenager or something. When I lived in Connecticut, there was like a Plato's Closet.
Yeah.
And it was like this like
they
high
have a
end.
couple down here.
That's cool. Okay.
So like they do something similar to what I do. But like I can't say I'm completely like them either with my store, because I do like have art and like paintings.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen them.
Knickknacks and
yeah, there's everything.
I do photography, and I work with models, and I do fashion events, and I do fashion shows. So like I'm different. I'm really about like helping the community. They're more like, okay, we're going to flip this. We're going to buy this off the customer. Like, that's kind of like how they do. And all respect to that company. Like, they're really a big, large company. And the people that own that company, they make millions probably.
Yeah.
So, you know what? They inspired me, but that's kind of like how I learned how to do kind of something similar. But, you know, at the end of the day, my business is my business. And, like, how I operate is completely different than how that business operates.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's who really got me into the resale business. And then like when I had my lounge, like that got me into wanting to do like shows. So I started teaming up with other clubs and doing shows at nightclubs and bringing artists. I actually met the record label that I work with through my lounge.
Okay.
Because I did do a radio station interview with Angie on Real Talk Radio.
Okay.
Love you, Angie. Shout out to you. She
yeah.
does podcast interviews. She does a bunch of stuff. She's amazing. She's a great person. You honestly should team up with her because she's chef's kiss.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, no. So she interviewed like one of the artists that I was working with at the time. And I ran into Sean Whitlow. Shout out Sean Whitlow.
Sean Whitlow.
Yeah, and he works with United Music Mafia. That's actually who Tommy Rockstar Life is signed to.
And that's the label you're talking about.
Yep.
Well. Okay.
And I'm actually signed to United Music Mafia.
How does that? Do you do music yourself?
No, so I'm an A&R and artist manager.
Okay, so you're signed
production.
as not an artist, but like in the field. I got you.
So I manage other artists and I put them under contract.
Gotcha.
And then I do shows, I do events. I actually manage models under them as well. So I have model management contracts. So I'm doing a lot of different stuff right now.
So much stuff. Oh my God. Surprising.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but honestly, it is so much fun. I love doing what I do.
That's what it's all about.
I tried to work a 9 to 5, hated it. I don't like.
Me too.
I really don't like working for someone, and I feel like we have social media at our advantage. We gotta take advantage of it, like especially when you're young and beautiful. You gotta keep moving forward, you know.
Yeah, don't waste, let it go to waste or something like that. I was trying to think of another phrase, but I forgot. But yeah, I see what you're. Take advantage of it while you have it.
Exactly.
The mindset of an entrepreneur, I would say.
Yep, exactly. And that's kind of the route I'm going. Like, I'm going to be a millionaire. Like,
it's a good mindset.
That isn't my mindset. I do not care if I'm delusional. I'm going to stay delusional.
Yes.
Because I know where I want to be in life, and I'm going to be there. And I want to inspire other people, other artists, other people that are questioning, like, do you want to go into business? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Like, what do you want to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I have people that contact me, and they're like, Missy, you inspire me on what you do. Like, it's amazing what you do. And
honestly, I'm also one of those people. I don't think I've contacted you like that, but I have thought that, like, you are an inspiring individual.
Oh, no, and I really appreciate that. And that's my goal. Like, I want to help people. I want to make things different. Like, I want people to know, like, you can be amazing. You can be great. You can be creative. You can do that for work. Be yourself. Be true to who you are.
For sure.
And you can make money and have fun doing it. You can have your friends around you. But you know what?
Yeah.
One thing I learned is don't be scared to cut off people in your circle that are not meant to be.
Oh, yeah. You got to weed them out sometimes.
Facts. And just because, like, if you start doing good, I can guarantee you a lot of people get jealous.
The vultures come around.
The vultures. Some of your old friends might get jealous and they get greedy. And then they think that you owe them something and you don't owe them anything. Like, just because you are successful does not mean you owe anybody anything. And I stand very strong on that, because even with myself, listen, guys, I have my own apartment. I have a storefront. I have a car. I got a lot going on for myself. But a lot of people get it twisted. They think because of what I have that I owe them something. Unless we are business partners.
Yeah. Well, they're not doing shit. They just know you.
You're not doing nothing for me, and you just know me. Yeah. I do not owe you anything.
For sure.
And that's the mindset you gotta have. Especially, we're all going to be millionaires. Okay,
Amen.
Let me change the way of talking. We are all gonna be millionaires. We're all gonna be successful. We gotta stay true to ourselves, because a lot of people, they get like infatuated by like fame.
Oh yeah.
And the glamour, the money, the jewelry, and that's not what you should like be like at all like intrigued by. As long as you are doing what you love, you're happy, you're around good people, that's all that matters. In my opinion, that's all that matters. It's good to have really good morals behind you.
Oh yeah, especially in all the money stuff. It can get really messy. It's not like what you were describing. When you get successful, the people that know. It reminds me of like people who win the lottery, and then all of a sudden, all their friends and extended relatives come and be like, "Hey, can I get some of that?"
And
even though they didn't even earn it, they just won it. But you're talking about working for it, so it's even more intense situation there.
You know what's crazy, guys, is it could be your own blood. It literally could be family. That can be vultures. I call them energy vampires, because that's what they are. People that prey on you, and they only want what you have because they see you're doing good. Or family that has never talked to you in months or years, and then they just want to show up out of nowhere. Do not be fooled, okay? I sound like a preacher right now. But don't be fooled, because
it's a little bit, yeah.
People like that will drag you in the mud. They will drag you down. Do not fall for it. It's a game. A lot of these people...
Oh, it's mad a game. Yeah.
Especially with the music industry. The music industry...
Super game.
You need to be so careful who you mess with. There's a lot of people that have demonic energies.
Oh, shit.
Okay? we're going to get into that
Evil.
side. Listen, hopefully I don't get killed talking about this. But listen,
I don't think so.
There's a lot of demonic energy in the music industry, in the modeling industry. Be aware of that, guys.
When you say demonic, you're saying like
there's like
evil, or like you saying literally like demons from hell?
I don't know.
Possessed.
It's just evil. Like there's subliminal messages in music.
Oh yeah.
There's subliminal messages with photography. Like, be very wary, guys. Be careful who you work with. Just stay on point. Like, keep your morals. Don't like forget who you are.
Yeah.
And like, important. I respect everybody's religion. I respect everybody's beliefs.
Respect is important as well.
And because I don't believe in what you believe in, doesn't mean I should judge you. You know what I'm saying? I have friends of 100%. Different religions. I'm not appalled by nothing. Like, if that's what you believe in, I support you. If you're happy, that's all that I care about. With whether it's friends, business, whatever, I really don't care. But yeah, no, like, just be wary though of who you are surrounding yourself around and who you work with. For sure. Because you might get tied up in something you didn't realize could be possible. Like, yeah, you just kind of, you don't realize it's happening, and then all of a sudden, you're like whoa, a demon comes out, and you're like, what the fuck? I didn't even notice. You said the demon comes out. I'm done. I'm using your language. It's facts though. It's facts. Wow. But yeah, no, like in the music industry, they have some of these artists that are just subliminal messaging. So like, if you really do pay attention to what some of them say, it can be so crucial. Like, and these younger people are falling for it. Like, it's scary, man. It's scary. Like, definitely pay attention to who you are as a person and just keep that, because as long as you know who you are at the end of the day, that is all that matters, you know? So keep that good energy. Stay true to yourself. Like, all right, we have to take a break in a second, but real quick, when you say subliminal messages, you're saying like in the songs? It could be words, it could be picture images. Trying to influence the younger people or just people in general. To what avail? Like, it could be like things like the New World Order. Okay, shit like that. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking about the Matrix. Please don't when I heard subliminal message, I knew what you were saying, but I was wondering what exactly you were referring to. But that's interesting. Okay. Yeah. Back into it however you want, but take yeah, do what you're doing before. It was good. Okay, so we were talking about subliminal messages with the yeah, that's right, the music industry. So there's a lot of hidden interesting things about the industry that you'll start to pick up and realize, like, the more you get involved and the more you get into the industry. So I'm just saying, like, be aware of that, because even, I feel like it's with every industry, though. Like, even with acting or, like, modeling, like, it's all weird. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, subliminal messages. Facts. In all the industries. Pretty much. Well, no, I'm saying, like, there's some dark shit to, like, all these industries. There's a dark underbelly in all the industries at some point, I think. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But yeah, so that's like one of the things we picked up on. So. Right. So, shit. Okay. I'm trying to think. Did you there was several things that we talked about a lot of stuff. Yeah, so. There was quite a break. So I'm trying to remember all the things that that was like, okay, that could be a good story. That could be a good story. Okay, do you remember? Either way, I'm gonna say this. Okay. I do got a fashion show coming up February 11th. You guys should pull up. We got FERM, even modeling. I'll be there. So, are you modeling? I am. Okay, he's modeling. So we got we got FERM modeling. I am still looking for female and male models, guys. So if you guys know anybody interested, let me know. Contact me at 727-798-6702. Please don't be a creep or a widow. Is that your personal phone number? Yeah, no, that's my business number. Okay. Don't be a creep. Wait, when's the date of this? February 11th. This will be out. Yeah, I don't... Wait, what's today? Oh, that's like a little over under a month. Like, maybe, yeah, it might be out before that. It's like 4 weeks. Might be out before that. I don't know how many people will be listening in Florida, but we'll see. It's okay. I'm just getting it out there. For the TikTok live. There's a TikTok live going on. Now. Oh, now it's Instagram. My bad. Yeah, we're on Instagram. I'm trying to see. Okay. But yeah, no, so that's like, yeah, that's my fashion show that I got coming up. It's gonna be recycled thrift, so it's gonna be pretty cool.
Recycled thrifts.
Yeah, so like when I mean
Recycled
that,
clothing?
yeah, it's recycled clothing.
As in,
But
it's been
it's
used,
thrift.
or it's like
used.
literally recycled through recycling programs?
So like it's actually
Like
just used
recycle-
clothing.
Okay, used clothing.
But like used clothing can go through person. Like,
Yeah.
So I call it recycled.
Thrift, yeah, like a thrift, thrift store. That's what thrift stores do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
I thought because sometimes, like Adidas, they'll have like shoes that are like made out of recycled plastics. I thought maybe like you're talking about that, but I was misunderstood.
No, it's okay.
I'm not as familiar with the fashion industry, but yeah.
The fashion, yeah, there's so much to the fashion world.
Yeah, I am not. I've never dipped my foot in there except when I went to your store, but that's about it.
Yeah, like my shop's pretty neat. Like I love what I do, and I love being able to like just find different things, like finding different items, going to different thrift stores, having people donate,
Picking it out, curating it yourself.
It's like such a great feeling, and it's so different. Like I don't know, I love it. And then it's really interesting because you see things you would never see in a regular store ever.
That's cool.
You might find an item that was from like the 1800s, and it might be weird. Like,
are you? Yeah, wait. Are you like understanding the value of these things? Like, are you like maybe selling something that's worth way more than you're selling it for?
Okay, so usually I look up what I'm selling on Google beforehand.
Or like eBay. You should probably check eBay too.
Oh yeah, well I sell on eBay. I sell on
you do that too.
Poshmark. I sell on
Damn.
Macari.
You're everywhere.
I sell on all the online websites, but nothing beats in person pretty much because it's like you don't have to ship the item out and you don't have to go. It's just an easy like, okay, I just sell it to somebody and then I just never see them again. They might come back, whatever.
Right.
But yeah, no, I usually will sell stuff for under what it's worth on purpose. Because I want my customers to get a good sale.
But it's still more than you bought it for.
Oh, way more.
Okay.
Yeah, no, profit and loss.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, no, so like that's another thing that's pretty cool is just like sometimes I like find unique dolls. I find unique like just unique furniture, unique things like you just wouldn't see in a
Unique
regular
dolls?
store. Oh my gosh.
Do you think some of them are haunted?
Oh.
I've been hearing about haunted dolls lately.
We can talk about haunted stuff, but I'll freak you out because you're in my, house right now.
I mean, they're the haunted. You talking about this Chucky doll?
No, hold on.
Bring him into the frame.
So I got a Chucky doll. Like
hold it up to this camera for real quick.
I just dumped my
It's a full on.
But I got a Chucky doll. Like with the knife and all. And
it moves. It's animatronic.
Facts. The Chucky doll actually moves. It talks. It
talks.
Moves,
Yeah.
The whole thing. Yeah. So, no, I actually got an abstract painting that was black and white, and it was hung up there.
Right there?
Yeah, it was actually hung up right there.
Abstract black and white painting. Okay.
So, I didn't really think the painting was haunted, and I was like, okay, maybe the painting is now haunted.
This sounds weirdly familiar. Did you say that?
I might have told you this
at New Year's Eve.
Maybe New Year's, yes. But I'm gonna talk about
Okay, say it again. I'll know.
There was a painting that I had hung up right where we're looking at right now on my wall. Okay, I hung it up with a screw, and the painting fell exactly at 3 a.m. Like that was so crazy. Like I was like, okay, maybe that's the way I hung it up.
Did the screw like seem bent or like whacked?
No, it didn't.
I just saw a movie, like, because I watch horror movies all the time, and I just saw like something with a scene like that, and that's why. But it was you. I do remember you saying that, so it was. I had some cross memories there.
Yeah. So like
Jesus.
it fell and it dropped to the ground, like exactly at 3 a.m. This painting fell. Like it was so crazy because I'm like, okay, is it like is it me? Am I bugging out? Or did that just really happen at 3 a.m? And I was sitting on the couch watching.
You were awake at 3 a.m.
I was awake. I shouldn't
watching
have
the
been
painting?
No, I was like, I was watching TikTok.
Oh, on your phone.
Like,
okay.
Then I just like, the painting fell down like super hard. And I'm like, look, I'm like, that freaked me out. And then I looked at the time.
That's very creepy.
Yeah. And then I looked at the time and I was like, yo, this is even scarier. Like,
there was no like shake. There was no like shaking or anything.
You know what's crazy, guys? Is like, it sounded like my toaster fell on the floor. Like the painting
toaster.
Yes, that's what it sounded like. It did not sound like a falling painting. It sounded like something metal like flew on the freaking ground, and like it sounded loud. I don't know. So that was pretty crazy. Then I'm like, all right, maybe it's me. Maybe it's the way I hung it up. I hung it up with another screw. It fell at the same time.
Wait, another night?
Another night.
The next night or like a few nights later?
A few nights later.
In the same scenario, you were sitting on the couch and...
No, I was in my room.
Oh, and you heard it?
This is the crazy part. I was in my bedroom and I heard it.
Okay.
I heard it in my bed. It woke me out of my sleep.
I think that's what you... I remember you saying like you had to get up.
Yeah,
so this happened twice.
Yes.
Once you were watching it, and then the second time you got woken up by it and walked out to see it.
I was so freaked out. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, you know what? This painting is not gonna get the best of me. I'm about to go in the kitchen, look and see what's going on. So I looked, and the painting was on the couch, because I had a couch right in the front of where we're sitting right now. Oh my goodness, that scared the crap out of me. Like, I was so nervous because I was like, this is so crazy. It happened at 3 a.m. on the dot.
And what did the painting, do you still have it? It's gone, right?
Well, okay, so I got this painting from a thrift store, of course. And I was like, man, this painting is only $2 and it's so beautiful.
What does it look like?
Dude, it was black and white.
Black and white.
And it like had like, it was just abstract, like
just like
poor art,
yeah.
it looked like,
okay.
But it literally had like a face, like I swear. It literally had like a face in the painting. Like if you looked at it, I'm going to show you the picture after this. But
so it's not, so you sold, what did you do with it?
No, I got freaked out after it fell
you
like
threw
the
it out,
second time.
Burned it in the fireplace?
No, I literally threw it in my trash can and I said, oh. Hell no, I am not dealing with this. We are not going there. Because listen, when I was living with my parents, they literally, like, I swear my parents' house was haunted. Like, I'm pretty sure, because like weird stuff would just happen. So like that kind of freaked me out.
A lot of people experience that.
Listen, I have stories on days. I could talk about my entire life right here. You could do a part 3, part 2,
I'm
part
sure,
4,
I'm sure.
part 5.
Clearly.
But, yeah, no, like, it's just so crazy that happened. So I was, like, freaked out. Yeah, I went right in the trash can, and I threw that out.
You just threw it in the dumpster.
And I said, no, demon, you are not about to get me. This is not about to happen. So, nothing weird's happened since then. I'm pretty sure.
So you think it was attached to the painting?
It definitely was. In the first night I got it, it fell off my floor.
That was the first night.
3 a.m. Like, what? You wouldn't expect that to happen.
That is creepy. Thoroughly creepy, yeah.
That's really creepy.
But
you know what? I got sage. We burned that sage, that incense. We're gonna make sure there's
you cleanse
up in here.
You cleanse the
I
space.
Cleanse the area, definitely.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good to know.
But yeah, moral of the story is be careful where you buy a painting. Okay? Especially, I looked up on TikTok, like, there were other people that shared the same experience as me about haunted paintings that they bought from thrift stores.
Who knows where they came from? Who knows who painted them?
Exactly. And if you do, and you're like one of them horror lovers, YouTube or TikTok, wherever this is going to end up on. So, if you buy a painting and it actually is like from a thrift store and it looks like an older painting, open the back of the painting. You might find something in the back of the painting, because I found
in the frame behind the car. Okay.
People back in like the 1800s, 1900s, even now some people do this. They hide things in artwork and they'll hide it in the picture frame. So like that is another thing you can think of, because that's pretty crazy. Like,
what are they hiding in there?
Well, I found in one picture frame like a magazine from like the 1700s. Like
a magazine?
It was like or something.
They made
like
magazines in the 1700s?
Yeah, no, like it was so old. Like it was crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm off guard. Listen, I'm probably exaggerating.
Some kind of brochure, maybe?
It would look like a magazine. Like it was square.
But how do you know it's from the 1700s?
I don't know. I forgot what date it said on it. Sorry to scoot over like Chucky. But either way, it was like old. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but it was like an older magazine. And literally, like, it had money in the magazine. Like, someone, like, hid money in the yes.
1700s money? Or?
Yeah, whatever time
Wait, so you're saying you found old currency.
Money, like,
yeah. That's probably valuable, like, old vintage bills. Probably. What'd you do with it? Oh, no. It sounds like you discovered a treasure, and what did you do?
And I spent it on food.
Okay, so it looked enough like...
It looked like actual money.
Okay, so it was probably... Yeah, it probably wasn't that old then.
It could have been, but I just didn't do nothing with it.
I'd say if it was before, like, anything after, like, the 40s, it probably would be fine. Would be, like, I don't know, when they started changing bills. Yeah, I don't know. But
honestly, I have no idea.
That is weird. Or maybe it was a later owner that put other money in it. Who knows how many people exchanged. Probably like,
oh my God. Wait, if they were like hiding from the cops or something. Like something crazy.
Well, how much money? Was it a lot?
It was like a good amount of money.
Like hundreds?
Well, it wasn't hundreds. It was like $50.
Okay.
But that's a lot of money, like back then. Right?
Back then, yeah, but if it's $50 that you can still spend and be accepted in the economy today, it can't be that old. Or else they would be like, what is this bill? I don't understand this.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm not super versed in like the history of currency, but I'm pretty sure like anything before the 1900s would be very different looking and be like collector's items.
Or like you're like me and you don't realize and you don't really care and you're like,
but like when you spend it, like the person would be like, what the unless they're like, oh, this is rare, I'm just gonna accept it as payment and put it in my pocket.
It could depend. I don't know. I don't pay attention and stuff like that, so it could have been like that.
It's interesting.
I don't know. It definitely is interesting. But yeah, so that's like one of my reasonings I found out recently is just, look behind what's in a picture frame.
Behind the pictures if you buy
a picture
from some like
from a thrift store.
Source that could be passed from many different people, owners.
Facts. Yeah, for sure.
That's a good lesson. I haven't purchased any paintings of that sort, but I'll keep that in mind.
It's just like if you ever do, you're into antiques or whatever you're in. So. But yeah, my sister, she used to have an antique store.
Really?
Yeah, my sister had an antique store.
Specifically antiques.
She sold like jukeboxes that were older, and she used to sell like antique vintage dolls. Like, you ever seen The Conjuring with
Annabelle the doll?
That specific style of doll.
It looks much different than the movie portrays it.
Yes.
But yeah. Yeah. It looks like a Raggedy Ann fucking
No,
thing.
that's exactly what that doll was. It was like a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
Well, my sister and my mom, like, when they had the antique store, they would collect them all the time.
Mad sketchy.
They were like the Raggedy Ann dolls. Like, I guess that's like what people used to play with like back in the day. Like children and stuff. So
and then some spirit goes inside it and then it gets all cursed.
I didn't expect that movie to be like crazy, because like when I watched it I was like, what? And then I did the research.
The Conjuring?
I was like, this isn't about Raggedy Ann.
It's about real stuff. Yeah, it's a whole there's Annabelle is like a shoot off series, but The Conjuring has to do with it or something. I don't know. And then there's another doll called like Robert or something.
Yo, that was
about
like,
that one?
Yes.
That's like considered the most cursed doll. Like they blur out his face on YouTube to protect the viewers and shit.
Yeah, that was
But you can look it up.
crazy.
It's like, yeah, I don't know.
It's like a demonic. Like I feel like I feel like if someone dies with an item, their energy connects to that item.
Could be.
That's a very big possibility because I've read a lot online about stuff like that happening. Or like if someone that passed really enjoyed a specific item, their spirit almost attaches to it. I mean, that's my opinion. I don't really know what's real. I can't say I know what's
nobody
real.
knows. Nobody really knows
Nobody
about
really
that.
knows, yeah.
But there's evidence for some weird shit that people say.
Yeah,
Either believe it or not. It is what it is.
that's definitely true. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you know, sorry to
Where do we go from here?
Yo, okay, anyway, but yeah.
Okay, so long tangent, which was fun. What else? Do you have anything specific that you remember or that you wanted to talk about?
Oh, so like I do want to bring up okay, I have a really interesting question
Okay.
for you or just anybody out there. And
Okay.
you can comment below what you guys think about this question that I'm about to ask. So, what is your ideal idea of fashion? What is your
idea of fashion?
idea of fashion?
Ideal fashion. I see. I'm not a fashion. I don't know. I just I know what I like when I
What do you
wear
like?
something in the mirror, and I that's cool, and I'm like, okay,
Is
that's
it
as
the
far as it
colors?
goes.
Is it the
Colors,
colors
I
or
don't-
is it the fabric? Is
I'm
it
honestly-
the style?
All of that, but honestly I'm personally do not focus that much on it. I just I don't go out and shop for specific clothes. I just get whatever I can, cheap, whatever. I mean, this jacket I did buy specifically for this style a couple of years ago, but other than that, I don't pay too much attention to that.
Oh, it's
Personally,
just interesting
but
because
there's definitely people who do.
some people I just like hearing what people have to say because I haven't heard that answer before.
Yeah,
Some
I'm probably in
people-
one of in the minority on that.
But you know what? I love hearing what everybody's idea of fashion is. Is it comfortability? Is it the fact that material feels a certain way on your skin?
I mean,
Is
definitely
it
that
the
factors in.
brand?
Yeah,
Is it the way it looks?
brand not as much to me, but
Some people care
if I
about
had
that.
money, if I had a shit ton of money, I'd be like, yeah, why not buy the best brand? For sure. But I'm not I need to have this brand. I'm gonna save my money for it. I'm not about that.
It's too much. Yeah. No, I feel you. I'm on the same page.
But
That's why I like thrifting because you never know what you could find.
yeah, just make up
ever.
your own style or whatever.
Yeah.
I will say I was inspired by this leather jacket style, a band called the 1975. Do you know them?
Oh my gosh, you're bringing back memories.
Yeah, they kind of got big in 2015, 2014 era, and I was following them as they blew up. And Matty Healy, the lead singer, would always wear this kind of jacket, and I still have the same hairstyle. I like the shaved sides, and he had long, luscious black hair. And I just copied. I was I had a man crush on him, and I just copied.
I love it.
Ever since then, I just tried to copy that, but.
You had a certain aesthetic that you were.
Yeah, I was in
for,
love with that.
yes.
But I was influenced by their band style, and I loved it so much that so that's the most fashion
That's your aesthetic.
thing. Yeah. It was all black and white, and the leather jackets, and the slick back hair, and the shapes. It was yeah. So that's pretty
Now I
much
have
as
a
far as it
question.
went.
Now I'm gonna start interviewing you.
Go for it.
So, do you have? Because I don't see tattoos visible, but would you ever get
Zero tattoos.
Would you ever get tatted?
I've considered it. It's never been super important to me that I went after it, but I'm open to it. I'm not against it.
Okay.
It just never came
I
up.
could see because I see what type of style you're going for. That band style, that heavy metal kind of style. Bro, it's the tattoos. The tattoos goes with it. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen some people. Like, you ever seen the vocalist of The Neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yo, like how he looks. You
He's
see,
dope.
he's got the aesthetic, the tattoos,
Yeah,
this,
all
like,
the-
back hair. I know exactly. Yeah.
Those pop bands, you gotta have the aesthetic to go with it, because that's the visuals that bring you in as well as the music and the sound. It all
It
comes
definitely
together.
does. It's a form of art and being
Yeah.
creative. Yeah. For sure. But that's the thing that's so cool about being like in the industry that we are in, like whether it's music, art, fashion, okay? Is the fact that you can be your inner self. Nobody will
Yes.
judge you. People that
Well,
judge
they will.
you.
Online. They will judge you
People
online.
that judge you are people that do not matter. Okay?
Yeah, that's good.
So, I have a lot of people that judge me. I used to have a face
Everyone.
piercing. I used to have a dermal. I really miss that piercing. That was a really
People
good.
were shitting on you for it, so you took it out? Is that what you're saying?
No. I got into a fight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because
I know
of it?
That's like a no.
Oh.
No.
And okay.
Yeah.
That
okay.
seems like
so
a whole nother.
That's a whole other video.
Yeah, I don't know if we have time for that.
So yeah, no, like I used to have a dermal piercing and like I have tattoos and stuff and I have my Medusa pierced and my nose pierced, but like I used to get backlash from how I look, but I didn't care. Anybody that has something to comment on my appearance is people that I do not need to surround myself around.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you are around people that judge you, you should just not be around them, in my opinion. Like, you know you could do better. You do not need toxic, negative people in your life. You can be good by yourself. You do not need any of that.
100%.
You know, like people get lonely. I understand that. But you got to understand too, your value is worth a lot more than you belittling yourself you around people that just are not like meant to be in a sense, whether it's friendship or relationship.
And then if you lean into that, you just like make yourself a product that they want because to please them.
And you don't need to please anybody. You need to just
Please yourself.
Yeah, being yourself.
Like what you like.
Exactly. Being yourself is the best way to go. If you are you, people respect you a lot more. Like, a lot of people are not comfortable with who they are. Like,
Gotta find your identity. It's a hard thing.
Exactly. Like, one thing I could say about me is, like, that's why I love being, like, around artists and being in the music and being in the acting and all that type of stuff, because there's art with it. Mm-hmm. I'm an artist. I love art. I love creating art. I love everything to do with art. I think there is art in everything that we do.
For sure.
There's art in communication. There's art in law of attraction. There's art with building a fucking, building commercial property, building a house. Like, there's art with everything. There's art with decor. I could go into detail, but, like, that's why I'm like, okay, I could do anything that I want to do, because I'm at heart a true artist, and that's the thing. You gotta find out who you are, and that's a good thing about social media is if you're
it completely shifts people's perspectives on who they think they should be. That's influencer. That's the whole thing. You're influencing, and then if you're getting influenced, you're trying to be that, and then you can't find your own identity because you want to be that person. Yeah, it's hard.
A lot of people find out who they are through seeing other people do something similar. So
well, that's always the root of it, no matter what. But I think it's the level of which you dive into it. Like you can't like
go head on
like,
in and
I'm
be like,
gonna be this person. You just have to be like, I like that. I'm gonna include that in my persona.
Yeah. Like,
as a facet
if you have
of
interest, like, okay, if you're an entrepreneur, okay, you have an interest in a business that somebody else is doing, and you see how they got there, how they did it, because they filmed everything. A lot of people get inspired that way, and then they learn and they take mental note, and it might make them better. Like, a lot of people explain their millionaire stories, like, okay, how I became a millionaire. That is so inspiring to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it's good to push that. Like, even what we're doing right now, we might be inspiring somebody right now.
That would be cool.
So, like, it's just anything is possible. Everything is possible. Like, you just gotta have, like, a good mindset on how you go in with it. Like, and you gotta be mindful about what you're doing and what you're saying to people, whether it's in person or it's not, and it's online,
Hell yeah. Agreed. Well, we've got this has been just about an hour in total.
Yeah.
So if there's any closing thoughts or closing whatever, now would be the time.
Okay, so I just want to say, guys, like, thank you for watching. Definitely follow me on Instagram at Missy Marrie. My Facebook's the same.
We'll put the handles on the screen.
Yes, and you know, my main thing is be who you want to be. If you love something and you think like, hey, you know what? I am better than this. I am better than just working my 9 to 5, and you want to do something that you love, just jump all in, just do it. Do not be afraid. Being afraid doesn't take you nowhere. Don't listen to people that are negative. Be around people that you love to be around. I have a lot of advice and a lot of creative, mental thoughts that I have even within myself. If you follow me on social media, we can talk, we can communicate, and I'm so open to everything. So if you ever want to work, hit me up. And if you love fashion, art, designing, and all that, just contact me. I would love to work with everybody. Like, honestly, I'm on a good path right now.
Very positive.
Yeah, very positive. Positive mindset, everything.
Very nice. Well, yeah, I think that's great. It was a pleasure talking.
It is a pleasure talking with you too.
Yes.
I really appreciate you for letting me share my story to your viewers.
And thank you for watching. There was a bit of a break, and then time passed by. We had some more drinks, and we went on many different tangents, but hopefully it's been an entertaining ride.
You know what? I think they're gonna love it. I think you guys are gonna love it. Yeah. I know you guys are gonna love it.
That's
so
the spirit.
Okay.
All right. Right on. Peace. Have a good one.